todo esto. So, estoy aquí con Jay. Jay, how are you?
Very well.
Tell me more about Evoto.
Yeah, Evoto is an all-in-one platform that helps photographers of all different shapes and sizes with the retouching process, but it does much more than just retouching effects.
Like?
Color correction, all of the portrait effects that are some of the most labor-intensive things in other programs, we've distilled down into a slider-based system, so it's very, very simple to use, very easy to use for users.
How is the learning curve? How long? How hard?
It's a great question. I think for most users that are accustomed to using another professional editing tool, generally speaking, with how intuitive the system is to navigate and how easy the layout is to learn, generally a couple of hours you can get the basics down.
It's like a plugin.
Yeah.
You call from Lightroom or how do you?
It depends. Really depends on personal preference, right? The culling process can happen outside of Evoto or it can happen inside of Evoto. We actually do have a star rating system, so if people want to do all of their retouching and color correction inside of the program and then do their star ratings to kind of cull down and make their final selections, you do have the ability to do that.
Okay, is there a batch processing of all the images?
Yes, very much so. That's one of the biggest strengths of Evoto, is the ability to batch process large volumes of images, or maybe even just single images that are very, very intensive in their needs for retouching effects.
So, comparing this software with Photoshop, which I don't know is in beta for more than 2 years right now, which is improving. Which will be the main difference?
It's a great question. There's many differences between a lot of our competitive platforms and Evoto. What Evoto does really well is it brings all of the best of our other friends in the industry for batch processing, for retouching effects, for color correction, all into a single program. That's what's different about us and other programs.
How far you can go to tweaking the picture inside the software?
Really good question. I think one thing that's really important for new users that have never seen the program to understand is Evoto gives you the ability to be as conservative or as aggressive with your edits as you choose. But you have the choice without sacrificing any quality.
Is there a way of learning for the software?
It's a great question. There's many ways to learn. I think for most of us photographers in the industry, we love to test things ourselves and then seek out educational content or training or guidance afterwards. So I always encourage people to actually download and test the program first, because it's free to download and free to use. And then pop over to our YouTube channel for content. We've got lots of tutorials and workflow guides on our YouTube channel. And we do live streaming for education. We actually host webinars, which I have coming up next week, on Monday and Tuesday of next week. I'll be hosting a new user and an advanced user webinar. We do things like this all of the time to support and offer education for the program.
Ok, bueno, ya lo saben ustedes, Evoto es una de las plataformas que todo mundo está hablando al respecto aquí en la WPPI. Vale la pena que lo intenten. Si tienes problemas con el flujo de trabajo digital, con la cantidad de imágenes y estás cansado de ir de Photoshop a un plugin, de Photoshop a otro plugin, este es un lugar donde puedes procesar absolutamente todas tus imágenes con controles específicos sobre lo que quieras hacer y que te permite tanto trabajar en softwares como Lightroom u otros programas, o puedes trabajarlo independientemente por fuera de la plataforma. Entonces, dense una vuelta por Evoto. Tienen mucho contenido en sus redes sociales, en YouTube, videos. Hay webinars constantemente donde ustedes podrán aprender a hacerlo. Y en el tiempo en el que la inteligencia artificial está tomando un rol muy importante en el workflow de cualquier fotógrafo, ya sea de bodas, de paisaje, de retrato, etcétera, etcétera. Entonces, es un programa que vale la pena tratar. Jay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.